Hello, everybody. This is Ron Ray, as always. I do not actually have black eyes. I just forgot to take off my. I didn't forget. I refused to take off yesterday's makeup before I fell asleep, and I still haven't taken it off. Um, but I will be getting to that soon because I'm about to take a shower. I was just sitting here watching psychology videos and survivor guidance videos and all that from various professionals, ranging from esquires to PhDs in psychology. Um, and I was reflecting on something I said as a result of my narcissistic personality disorder, um, that my therapist probably told not only her therapist about, but also her colleagues, like obviously anonymously so it doesn't break HIPAA. But um, I am diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. I got diagnosed in either late 2020 or early 2021. And some people say my diagnosis is invalid because I was under the influence when I got diagnosed. So they think that it's invalid to diagnose me with NPD when my symptoms were observed under the influence of drugs and alcohol. But anyway, I'm diagnosed with it, and I do have traits of it to this day. Before I stopped drinking alcohol and before I started posting makeup to YouTube as an adult, um, as opposed to posting gaming content as a child, um, I had an illustrious cre- Facebook career. There we go. Um, where I would get blackout drunk and just tell vaguely on topic or sometimes completely off topic entirely. Like I forget my train of thought halfway through writing the comment and never wrap around to the point. But I end up telling various stories and making jokes and all these different really ridiculous things that I said. And the jokes, some of them were fictitious. That's how jokes work. And other times I was joking but telling the truth, which I call half joking. And other times I was just straight up telling the truth, and people thought I was making shit up. Um, I suffered a lot of harassment towards the end of my Facebook career, and I initially built my Facebook career off of being mean to people who I politically disagreed with at the time. People who often I still disagree with to this day. The radicals that ruined our country, for lack of better phrasing. Um, yes, I see you have a butthole. Good job. Um, so I had a lot of stress on me, and I would protest against Facebook because they refused to take down a Facebook group dedicated to stalking me with over 4,000 members. And I have been harassed by these members. They tried to swap me, but they could not find my exact address. So they settled for reporting me falsely to Child Protective Services because my son had a unique baby name, and I posted it to a private group thinking that nobody would use it against me. Well, two different private groups, but still, it was privately posted to groups. It wasn't posted to anything public. So it wasn't indexable. I didn't think it would be a problem. Big mistake. People within those private groups apparently latched onto me because I have dissociative identity disorder. It was ironic. One of the people accusing me of faking off the bat when I simply mentioned having DID and I didn't mention anything else. They literally just met me and they have no reason to believe one way or another, except for if they don't believe that it exists at all. That I would understand. If you don't believe DID exists, therefore everybody who's diagnosed with it must be faking. I would understand that. But one of the people who accused me, I recognized. Mally, the redhead with the long hair that I dated, and I have pictures together with her posted to Instagram and in my Google Photos and stuff. Um, when I met her, she didn't know she had dissociative identity disorder. But because I had recently been diagnosed, I told her that I could see her switching. And like she was having amnesia. And so I would like tell her about the stuff she did while the amnesia was blocking her memory. And she, after a while, got diagnosed after we went our separate ways because she was so toxic and outright abusive towards me. And she was in the group and accused me of faking having DID because she didn't recognize me in the headscarf. Really love that, by the way. I love when that happens. When people, like, they see me in a headscarf and they don't recognize me, even though we, like, have an intimate history together, whether that's, like, they were my fiance's sister-in-law, or if it was someone I dated, or someone doesn't realize that I'm the kid that was at those Narcotics Anonymous meetings as a guest speaker at times. Not a guest speaker. What do you call it? Open mic speaker. I would go to open mic meetings and talk about my experience with my parents' drug abuse and my own addiction to self-harm that started at a young age, and people loved me. They would eat it right up, and then the older I got, the less attention I got. And like I mentioned, I have narcissistic personality disorder. I don't like it when I don't get attention. So I stopped going. Especially since the ones locally have said some rhetoric that I particularly despise. So I just don't go to the local meetings. But anyway, back to the point. My Facebook career. Because Facebook refuses to take down the group dedicated to stalking and harassing me, I went on basically a political protest kind of spree where I would say horrendous things to see what was and wasn't allowed to be posted to Facebook.com. And you can get away with saying some horrible shit. They won't let you call people a soggy potato to insult them, but they do allow you to say, you should have been aborted. Your mother should have aborted you. So that came up in therapy. And I was telling her, she was asking me what kind of mean comments, because I was explaining to her that I used to get drunk and say mean stuff on Facebook because of my NPD. And she's like, what kind of mean stuff? What kind of stuff did you say? And I gave the example of telling people that they should have been aborted. And she said, well, how does that fall in line with your personal motto of trying to be as nice as possible? And I said, oh, well, this was before New Year's, so I hadn't made that New Year's resolution yet. What a justification. Love it. Love it. So she definitely took that one back to her therapist and her colleagues because I hadn't made that New Year's resolution yet. It's okay. Oh. Oh boy.